Greetings YouTube, welcome to another World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth video, and today I'm going to be bringing you a tutorial showing you step by step how you can acquire the Gem of Acquiescence. And this nifty little toy here will fill your screen with these void tendrils, as well as put some voidy thingy sucky beast monster on top of your bonds. Before we get started, I just want to give a quick thank you and shout out to the WoW Discord server. Those guys are awesome at finding all the secrets that Blizzard put into their game. Nothing remains hidden with that server group around, so I do advise you guys to check that out if you want to be kept up to date with all the latest nifty features that are discovered in the game. But if you find this video helpful as well, then please do support me by leaving a like and being subscribed to my gaming channel. Without any further ado, let's get started with today's tutorial. For those of you that have been involved in finding some of the other secret items that Blizzard have put into World of Warcraft, such as the Lucid Nightmare Mount, video for that on my channel if you're interested, then don't worry, this particular secret is a lot easier and will be much quicker for you to complete. When you're ready to start this then, you want to head over to the Stormsong Monastery. Now this is the small island that's located in Boralus over in Tirigard Sound. Now just a warning, this island is filled up with hostile enemies, which you'll either have to stealth through, as I am doing here, or you'll have to fight your way through. You don't actually need to kill anything in order to collect this toy, other than the fact that enemies will be in your way and trying to prevent you from completing the objectives. However, the toy is account bound and you can do this from level 110 onwards. You don't have to be max level, so even if your main doesn't have stealth, if you have another 110 plus character with stealth, then you might find this goes a lot faster by using that character, and then you can still use the toy on any character once you've collected it. Now you can see on the map where I'm currently located, this is the first port of call we need to reach, and there's a body of water, a pond of some kind, which we need to swim into. Now there may or may not be some enemies around this place that are casting some kind of ritual in this water. You can ignore those if they are, it's not going to affect what you do. Likewise, as in my case, if they're not present, then they're also irrelevant as well, so don't worry about those guys. Okay, so we're going to swim into the water, and we're going to turn around as we swim down here, and the same way that we just jumped in, but underneath in the water, there will be a secret cave, and this is where the quest is going to begin. I say quest, it's not really a quest in the strictest sense of the term, but it is a series of objectives that are going to lead us to the toy by the end. As we make our way back out of the water here, we're going to be greeted by a monument style statue, stone thingy, whatever you want to call it. This is actually called the Ominous Altar, and we need to interact with this to kick things off here. So we're going to click the altar itself, where we'll get a little bit of text along with a speech bubble here which we're going to click. That's going to start things off officially, although we'll get no notice about that. But however, once we have clicked that, we can then go ahead and select this scroll, and it will just give us a bit of text. It's very important that we do actually click this scroll, because this is the first of 5 scrolls we need to click in order to progress and collect the toy. And scrolls 2 through to 5 will also be located on this particular island, so you won't have to travel far. You can do this entire secret toy within about 40 minutes, especially if you are able to use a character with stealth, as I suggested. So for now, we're going to swing back out of the cave here, and we're going to start pinpointing the rest of the other locations. I would normally edit my recorded footage in order to skip through to the important parts, but just so you guys don't get lost, I'm actually going to be keeping my entire journey around this island in place so that you can see exactly where I'm going and when. But I will also be showing you on the map the locations. I don't have any add-ons installed for my beta clients, which is why I can't give you coordinates, but we shouldn't need those. That won't be a problem, I don't think. To reach scroll number 2, we're going to head over to the western part of this island. So we're going to head up these stairs here, down the other side, and then we're going to turn an immediate left. Once we've done that, we're going to turn left again, and we can see the entrance to the basement is just over here on our right. So if you are using a rogue, be prepared to use stealth, because clicking these scrolls will actually bring you out of stealth, and they do tend to be guarded by enemies such as this occultist here. So I'm going to go ahead and stealth this. If you don't have stealth, obviously just kill it first. We'll click the scroll, and that's it. Even though we don't get any notification that we've clicked it, apart from the text of the dialogue, the game has that triggered now, so we can go ahead to scroll number 3. And scroll number 3 is going to be located towards the centre of the island. When we head back to the main section, we're going to head back up these steps, which is the way we came when we went to the altar earlier on, but this time we're going to head into the central tower. And what we're going to want to do is head up these stairs here. I was just checking around for the scroll, but it is actually upstairs. And you can see it's located just to the left of this occultist. So we'll go ahead and click it, and that one also is done. Now, I'm not sure if you could do these scrolls in any order, or if you have to do them in this specific order. But since I know this works, guys, I recommend you just do what I do here. Right then, so scroll number 4 is next. And for this one, we're going to be heading over to the east of the island. That's the building on the furthest east. For the next scroll then, we're going to just come back down those small set of steps, this time turning right as we do so. Head out into this big open area, and then if we turn left into this building, we can see another set of downwards facing stairs into yet another basement area. And once again, surprise surprise, there's going to be another occultist guarding the scroll. So we'll go ahead and select it. And that's it, scroll number 4 is done. Next we're moving on to scroll number 5, perhaps the most annoying of them all, because there are a few enemies around this one. Even with stealth, I think you do end up having to kill at least one enemy. So once we're ready, we're going to head back up the stairs here. Scroll number 5 is located in one of the open areas on top of the island, so we're going to head back towards the centre, and we're just going to head down these stairs here into this space. And it's around here that we're going to actually find the scroll. And you can see, as I told you, there are a few enemies scattered around the place. The scroll is located just over here under the wooden platform, but there are a few enemies walking, so you can try and wait and sap them if you want to. I did try and wait for a little bit, but in the end I decided it was faster to sap one and kill the other. But this is the final obstacle in your way. The enemies above won't aggro if you've ignored them up until this point. So we'll go ahead, take care of this guy, and then we'll get the final scroll. We've now clicked all 5 scrolls then, and you might have noticed on everything we clicked, we got a little bit of text, a little bit of dialogue. And what that dialogue was answers to the questions that we need to give to the ominous altar. So what we're going to do now is head back to the ominous altar and click it again. And what should happen, because we've clicked those 5 scrolls, is the game will automatically input the 5 answers that we've read from those scrolls, and that will allow us to proceed further. So we're going to head back up these little steps down the other side here, past the central building. And this is the starting pond once more. So once again, I'll just show you this on the map, though hopefully you should be able to find your way back here. And we're going to swim back down to the ominous altar, remembering the cave is on the same side as those steps, so we'll just turn around. I really do enjoy finding these secret items that Blizzard put into the game. Had a lot of fun with the Lucid Nightmare Mount and some of the other mounts as well, and I really hope that we'll get to see more of this as we go through the Battle for Azeroth patch cycle. So here we come then, back up on the other side, and everything looks the same as it did before. Indeed, everything is. There won't be any enemies around here, so a bit of a bonus for us there. In fact, there's going to be no further enemies at all. So what we're going to do now is click the altar, and this time we're going to input those answers, and we're going to do so one at a time. So sorry if I go a little bit fast here. If you want to read this, just pause the video and do so. And after clicking the final answer here from the final scroll, we'll get a confirmation dialog box, to which we will select accept, and we'll actually get the effects almost of the toy here in action already, with the tendrils on the screen. And this is going to transport us over into the sea area of Tirigard Sound and place us directly in front of the toy itself. So all we need to do now is click the Gem of Acquiescence, and that will be added to our bags as a toy. at which point we can open our bags, click it, and it will be added account bound into our toy box. You can either swim back or run back if you have a water mount back to Borellus from where we are dropped off, or you can just do what I did and Hearthstone back. We are literally plonked in the middle of nowhere there, it seems. So we'll go ahead here and have a look at the toy once more, and hopefully this tutorial has been helpful to you guys. There's literally nothing else for me to share with you. We've done everything, we've got the item. If you've enjoyed watching, please don't forget to leave a like and support me if you want by subscribing to my YouTube channel. When we get more secrets like this in the future, I will always endeavour to make tutorial videos on them as soon as the method for collecting them becomes known. And if you don't have the Lucid Nightmare Mount, which is perhaps one of the most famous secrets from World of Warcraft, then I will leave a video link to that in the description of this video showing you how you can get that. It's one of my favourite mounts. If you haven't checked it out, I recommend you do so. But that's it from me for today, folks, so thanks ever so much for dropping by. I hope this has helped, and I look forward to seeing you again for more Battle for Azeroth content. Take care all, goodbye.